Today we're going to talk about dealing with anger, frustration, and pain of retail Forex trading. Stay tuned, traders. We'll be right back. G'day traders, Stacey Burke from Stacey Burke Trading. Today we're going to be talking about anger, frustration, and pain of retail Forex trading. Now this is something that I think I can talk to you about with a lot of confidence and a lot of experience, because I've talked about this before in a lot of other videos. I've blown up, small trading accounts. I've been at this for a long time, and it still doesn't get any easier, but I think we as traders can constantly get better. I'm going to rehash some things that Mike Bellafiore talked about in one of his webinars this week. I believe in the ILT principle. The more I invest in my own learning, and the more I can learn and pass on to you and teach and share that, hopefully it reinforces it with me, but also helps you benefit as well. Take all that stuff that's going on in your trading. If you're struggling to be consistent, if you're losing money, or if you don't have an edge, or you're really perplexed and you think that it's impossible to make money from retail Forex trading, take all that negative energy and all the frustration and anger and guilt and turn it into something positive. Now, Mike Bellafiore talks about every new trader that joins their firm, they get a copy of the book Mindset by Carol Dweck. Now, I've been reading that on my phone, on my Kindle book, and I think partly from coming from a sporting background, I've always been of the mindset that you can improve on anything if you work at it. And so I loved reading this book because it just establishes a lot of scientific data that shows that people who are willing to put the work in and day out on stuff can improve much greater than a person who is born with natural talent. And so I believe that that's true with trading. And Mike Bellafiore talks about this, is that trading is a performance sport. It's a performance activity. And certainly there are traders that are going to have natural skills. They're going to have exposure to better teaching quicker. They're going to be in an environment where maybe it becomes second nature to them because they've flourished within that environment already. But if you're coming from a background, from a different profession, or just from scratch, from whatever it is, you're going to be facing some challenges that you may not even be aware of yet until you get deeper down the trading rabbit hole. So it's important that you have a reasonable expectation of what you can expect from the market, not only in terms of your skill set, of where you're currently at, but also what's a reasonable expectation for the market to provide to you. Now, don't let me put limits on what the market can give to you, because virtually it is limitless. And there's been examples of traders out there who've been able to generate fortunes quickly. That's not the norm. And so it's important for, at your current juncture, wherever you're at, that your expectations are sort of relative to where your skill set is. Every market is the same. Now, people say Forex is rigged and whatever. Every single market's the same. You could put up a chart from shares, Bitcoin, Forex, CFDs on an instrument. It doesn't matter what it is, pork bellies. Every market is a market, and they generally will show the same types of buying and selling on charts, because it's effectively made up of humans buying and selling and human emotion. So don't be fooled that it's any easier anywhere else. What you need to do, though, is identify perhaps where your skill set is best reflected in terms of that instrument that you're going to trade. Now, some people find they resonate more with shares. Some people, like for me, I really like Forex. I've studied it for a long time. I feel much more comfortable. I feel that's where my skill set is best used. And I also don't like being able to not be in the market at any time in terms of getting in and getting out. I don't want to be subject to overnight movement when the share markets are closed. Originally, I learned on futures markets, but I do believe my skill set is best reflected on the Forex. So when you've got all this frustration and anger and the pain of losing, or the pain of missing out, or the pain of taking a trade and watching it, getting out and then watching it continue to run, or getting out and holding on and then watching it come back and stop you out or break even, it's an endless cycle of learning and pain. But what are you doing about it? Now, again, Mike Bellafiore in this webinar talked about when they have traders who come to them, if they don't have a playbook, and he said all their best traders have a playbook a couple of inches thick of their own best trade archives, trade setups that they've had bound into a book. He said if you don't have a playbook at your desk, or you don't have one that you can show them, you trade demo until you have a playbook built up. So challenge I issue to you then for your own homework is to build your own playbook. Now, the reason why that is because I believe the more you focus in and narrow down on your best trade setups, the more likely you're going to start to focus on those in your live trading. Now, he also talked about some seven-figure traders or high six-figure traders coming to want to trade with them, and they couldn't explain their strategy to him, and they said it was intuition. Now, he said, if you can't show me any playbook setups, I don't care how much money you've made, we need to know what you're going to be doing in terms of your trading strategy, otherwise you can't trade with us. And I think that's really powerful. But I think the biggest message there is that if you're a retail trader and you're trading on your own from home, people will often go and work at a firm or go to a job and do whatever they're told. But at home they don't have the discipline to actually do it for themselves. So again, I challenge you to be building your playbook. We talk about this in the 7-step daily routine for high performance traders. You hear me talk about it in a lot of other videos. Just even archiving one setup a day or one setup a week. At the end of the year, you're going to start to have a reasonably sized playbook. And again, you can start to cull that down, and really it'll help you get laser-like focus on your best trading setups that resonate with your trading skills. Again, take your frustration, your anger, and the pain and turn it into something positive. Another component of that is set some goals. So again, if you chose to work on one thing for the next 30 days, maybe that's limiting losses or expanding your playbook. If you were to add one thing every month for the next 12 months, that would be 12 things that you've worked to improve upon with your trading. Would that not be of some benefit to you where you're at right now in your approach to the markets? Nobody is going to come and give you a signal that's going to give you a buy and sell consistently without you. If you're relying on some other signal service or something, you're going to blow yourself up. You won't have the skill set to manage the trade properly, but you'll also be dependent on that person to give you reliable signals, which inherently they probably won't be able to do consistently as well. So nobody's coming to save you. Turn your frustration, take that energy, turn it into something simple but positive that's going to move you forward in a direction of constant progress. So identify what your simple edge is, okay? And then test it out. How do you know you have that edge? Don't just go by a few trades, keep trading it. Is it something you can duplicate over and over again? And how consistent is that? Is it giving you a positive expectancy on your trades? Build your playbook off of those trade setups. Keep it as simple as possible. 1 or 2 simple trades. Build your playbook. Screenshot, video, whatever you want to do. Jot it in a notebook. But build your playbook and then monitor how that edge is consistently performing over time. Study every single day. So Mike Bellafiore again talks about working with some of his traders that have gone to 7 figures, and one of them wants to go to 8 figures. Now, he said this guy's always in there early and he's always in there late, taking notes, doing screenshots, going over his trades. A lot of traders like to trade, but they don't like to review their trades. Very few successful, great traders only trade. All of them review their trades. They monitor their statistics. They have a playbook. They all do that. Study every day. Understand risk reward and use that to your advantage. So again, narrowing that down to trades that are going to give you asymmetrical returns, maybe 4 or 5 to 1. Again, we've talked about this in other videos. I read where Paul Tudor Jones won't look at anything that doesn't give him at least 5 to 1 in his trading setups. So what are your criteria for risk reward? Remember, trading is a performance activity. Okay? Turn all that frustration into positives. Have a growth mindset. Work at it daily. Focus on constant progress and don't quit. Nobody gets there by accident. It's like sports or anything else. No one's going to rescue you. No one's going to hold your hand through the process. If you're trading from home and you're a retail trader, you've got to do the work on your own. Can it be done? Absolutely. But it requires that daily discipline of working on things day after day after day. And those small daily disciplines pay big dividends. So hopefully you got some value from today's video, traders. A little poke in the bum to be taking all that frustration and anger, turn it into something positive. If you're trading all the time and you're frustrated, narrow that down to 1 or 2 simple trades a week. Get better at them, increase size, work on your mindset, and keep getting better. Stay disciplined, stay focused, and may the markets go with you.
Hi traders, it's Stacey Burke from Stacey Burke Trading. If you haven't done so, please head over to my website at staceyburketrading.com. I create updates on almost a daily basis, and I would love for you to receive them. Just click on the blog. If you want to enter your name and your email address, I'll send you my free audio program, the 7-Step Daily Routine for High Performance Traders. This is essential knowledge for all traders in all markets, and this is for helping traders to master the market with discipline, confidence, and a winning mindset. I appreciate all your feedback and comments. As always, traders, stay disciplined, and may the markets go with you.